Hey guys, what's up and welcome back. In this video or the lecture, we'll see that how you can make use of the immutable deployment policy to ensure that you can update an existing environment. So you can choose a different application version and you can choose the immutable deployment policy to update that environment or to upload or mention the new application version. So let's get started. Now, this is our Elastic Beanstalk dashboard and this is the Node.js app. So if you see this thing, this is the application and these are the two different environments. So let's go to the prod environment. And if I just go to this environment, I just click on the URL or the link which is being a part of this environment. So if I just click on this link, this is the home page or this is the web page that it displays. Now, if you see the background color, it's of green. So I want to change the background color to blue. So I want to change the background display from green to blue. Now, I will change the application version. So I need to upload a new piece of application code or the source code. And how do I do that? So I just go to my prod environment. And to upload the new application version, I just go ahead and click on upload and deploy. Now I need to choose the file, the source code. So I just click on this option and it's already there in my downloads. And I will include this zip package, this source code, this application version source bundle in the resources section so that you can perform the same things, the same lab session by yourself. So I choose the zip folder, click on choose. So this is the updated application version or this is the source code that will change the background color to blue. And version label, if you want, you can change the label if you want, but I'll just keep it as it is. Now you have to go to deployment preferences and by default, the deployment policy is all at once. Now we already discussed these 5 different deployment policies, all at once, rolling with additional batch, immutable, and this is the 5th one, which is the blue-green deployment, which is the additional one. So these are the 4 main deployment policies, all at once, rolling with additional batch, and immutable. All at once is the default option. Now let's go to immutable. Now, as we've discussed in the immutable, it will just launch a new autoscaling group with the instances with the existing application version being running upon them. And then these new instances of the new or the temporary autoscaling group would be merged in the existing autoscaling group. And once these new instances pass the health check, the previous autoscaling group and the old instances would be terminated. So I choose immutable. I'll just keep all the settings as it is. Healthy threshold, I will choose OK. Ignore health check. I can set it to false so that even if this is not up and running or it fails, in that case, it goes back to the previous configuration. Batch size, I will choose the fixed percentage. I will not change any of the default settings. So I'll choose the immutable deployment preference so that this deployment preference or this update policy will be used to update the application, to update the environment, to push the new application version, to change the web page color from green to blue. So just click on deploy and it will come into action. Now it will take some time for this to be up and running. So if you see that it says environment update is starting. So I'll just pause this video so that once this entire process is completed, then we can test the URL and see that everything is up and running. So let's pause, and once this entire process is completed, I will resume and we'll see that how it performs all the actions. Welcome back. Now, as you can see that this environment is updated successfully, and to test it, I just go to the URL or just click on that, and you can see this the blue colored web page or the home page that I get. So that's how you update your existing applications. You can push the source code and you can choose any of the deployment policies. You can choose rolling, which is the option in which the batch size is being included, rolling with additional batches, immutable. So you can choose any of the existing deployment policies, or you can just go with the default one that's all at once. In our case, we have chosen the immutable deployment policy. And if I show you the events behind the scenes so that we can exactly see that what happened, I just go to the events on the left-hand side. And if you see the entire process, what it did is that if you see from scratch, it initiated a new autoscaling group, and it also terminated the previous instances. So you can see over here that it created or it manufactured a temporary autoscaling group. Then it added the new instances to the group, and it waited for the instances to pass the health checks. I'm talking about the new instances that are a part of this temporary autoscaling group. Then it detached the new instances from the temporary autoscaling group and included that to the permanent autoscaling group. You can see over here, it detached the new instances with a new application version from the temporary autoscaling group and added those instances to the permanent one. After that, it terminated the old instances with the previous application version running upon them, and also the temporary autoscaling group. So these are the steps which are applicable in terms of the immutable deployment policy. So it terminated the old instances with the previous application version running upon them and the temporary autoscaling group. And we have the updated application version up and running upon the instances, upon the new instances that are included in my existing autoscaling group. So that's the entire process. That's it. Thank you so very much.